Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoot, back with some more Draft League content. We are participating in the March Madness Draft League tournament hosted by the Token Minorities, as shown in the announcement video at the beginning of this. Um, so last year we joined as we joined the Open division, and we weren't so lucky in our open pool play, and we did not even make it to the brackets. So, a bit unfortunate. But this year, we are. First of all, it's 2018. We participated in 2017 and did not do well whatsoever. We're returning here again this season, or this year, for another crack at it. We get to play some top tier faces and whatnot. We were representing the CPC. We competed in the development league after taking over for Sticks, and we were eligible to play in the CPC All-Star Tournament to see who would be the top 3 players for our league, so that we would have representatives in the March Madness tournament. And I actually uploaded all 4 of my games from that CPC tour, and we managed to snag a spot as an all-star representing the CPC in the March Madness. And here we are. We drafted a team of 8, and we had last pick of our pool, which is a bit unfortunate. Our draft pool, that is, and it was a bit unfortunate. All the good things were taken, but I felt like we still got a pretty solid squad here. So we'll talk about it a little bit. Mega Charizard X, fucking monster. I guess the most standard set is just Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Flare Blitz, Roost, and then you got Dragon Claw, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Roost, Will-O-Wisp, 2 attacks, Roost, Toxic Fire Spin, Sub, just get a little creative, Sunny Day, Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Dragon Pulse, and whatnot. You got Tailwind variants, Belly Drum variants, Swords Dance variants, Flame Charge variants. Lots of different things Charizard can do, but it's a staple at clicking that a Dragon Dance and then running through a team with base 130 attack and the Tough Claws boost. Gives it I think base 172 attack, which is just insane. It eclipses Kyurem Black after Tough Claws is accounted for, so that's pretty cool. Phenomenal typing in Fire Dragon. Definitely one of my favorite typings. Wish more Mons had this typing, to be honest, but I guess that's what makes Charizard so special, and why he was a first round pick for me in this match, or in this draft, I should say. So took a familiar face with my first round pick, and that's, like I said, most of the good things were taken that I wanted to try out, like Coco, Landorus. Which I've used Landorus before, and I've used Coco in a tour before, but never in an entire draft league, which is fine. So next up, we had the wheel. Right after Mega Charizard, we wanted to go ahead and grab our boy Manaphy. She's probably getting sick of seeing me use this mon, but it's no different on my side. I'm pretty sick of using it. It's really good and whatnot, but it does get a little stale using it all the time, and seeing Manaphy used Tail Glow, Manaphy used Calm Mind, Manaphy used Z Rain Dance, etc., etc. But I think Manaphy's a little bit more versatile than just that. Gets U-turn, knockoff, heal bell, lots of utility, and Scald is so good, just being 30% chance to burn and whatnot. Base 100 stats across the board. Really helps Manaphy be, just a premier water type. Especially defensive, physically offensive, especially offensive, speedy and bulky. Man, I just wish it had taunt. But yeah, there's really not too much to say about Manaphy. Just really all the other options were taken, so I resort back to something that I've used before and that I know is 100% a good Pokemon, as long as that, I support it well and don't play badly. um, but yeah, next up we got King Crooked. Another mon that we're very fond of, but this one's a little bit more different than Manaphy. I don't use Crook as often as I use Manaphy, or as often as I use Charizard for that matter. But yeah, Crocodile is a really solid mon. It gives me rocks, gives me a solid dark type, intimidate, and then it's a ground type, so it's immune to electric and whatnot. So that's always nice. This mon does get taunt, knockoff, stealth rocks, earthquake, crunch, power trip, which I think is an underrated set, like a sub bulk up Salic Berry Power Trip Earthquake set would be, really cool to pull off. Lots of different cool sets that you can pull off with King Crooked here, but I guess it's known for its, like a Stealth Rock utility set with Stealth Rock Taunt and Intimidate, maybe a Rocky Helmet or Leftovers or something like that. Moxie Scarf variants are pretty common as well. But yeah, this thing's definitely has the potential to be very versatile and has a unique stat distribution where it has like really high HP, really high attack, solid defenses, and decent speed. So it's a really cool mon, and I've always been a fan of its design. So no reason to not use it. Next up, we got another mon that's actually becoming one of my favorite Pokemon to use in the Draft League format, just because it's so reliable as a Stealth Rock setter and just a premier Steel type in general. The only problem I really have with Bronzong is its secondary typing is extremely weak to Dark type. Doesn't appreciate knockoffs and whatnot, and could potentially be setup fodder for dark types. So it's really important that I have Crocodile with this mon, and yeah, I think they synergize really well. Another stealth rocker, like I mentioned, and a reliable trick room setter, and I guess there's potential for offensive sets, Calm Mind and whatnot, psych up and prevent other mons from destroying me. Say we have like a Calm Mind Sylveon or a Calm Mind Florges or a Dragon Dance Mega Altaria, something like that wants to set up on me. Not so much like, well, for Altaria, I would just drop it with the Gyro Ball, but with the other two that I mentioned, most certainly would have like a psych up set in the back waiting on it, which would be, pretty heat. Um, Speaking of heat, Bronzong has two awesome abilities, Levitate and Heat Proof, which makes it immune. Well, one's an immunity and one is a more of a filter, where Levitate allows me to be immune to ground type attacks, and Heat Proof gives me a filter on fire type attacks so that they're not super effective. Well, it says super effective on the screen still, but it will only do normal damage. So that's pretty neat. And yeah, I guess we can hop into the last four without spoiling anything. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll do it in secret. Okay, like I said, so in secret here we are back with our remaining 4 picks here. We did go all out and use all 8 picks, and we actually had 1 point remaining. So interesting. Um, we cap off our firewater grass core with a nice mon that can remove hazards as well as gain initiative, and actually has reliable recovery as well. So this is why having Roost, Defog, U-turn, Spirit Shackle can trap threats and whatnot, and then Leaf Blade. Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Nasty Plot, Baton Pass, Swords Dance, Baton Pass. A lot of cool things that Decidueye can do. So look out for that to be a thing. Yeah, really a big fan of Decidueye. It has really phenomenal special defense naturally. I think it's base 100 and decent HP stat. Like it's nothing too crazy about it, but like it's 100% like reliable. Like I become a fan of Decidueye watching Gypsy King use it. Obviously, he's the greatest Pokemon draft player of all time, so it's a little bit different for him because he always runs the right EVs, the right movesets, the right everything, and he always plays 100% optimally and whatnot. So watching him use it, you see how good other Pokemon are, and you find these hidden gems like Decidueye. It's a fucking grass type starter, and it's phenomenal. I think, well, I guess you could say the same about Serp. Definitely about Mega Venusaur, but Mega Venusaur's on a different level than all the other grass type starters, in my opinion. Until Decidueye, it brings another dynamic to the grass type starters. So pretty cool there. So yeah, hopefully we can put in some work with Decidueye and see it do good things. Next up, we have a mon we've not used in draft format before. Our girl here, Tinkerbell, Tinks for short. So it gets this ability called Tri-Edge. Forgive me if I'm spelling or pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it gets that and Natural Cure, which are the only 2 types or the only 2 abilities I would be using. Tri-Edge gives increased priority to healing type moves, and it increases priority by 3 to be exact. So things like Draining Kiss are like, have priority, +3 priority at that. Synthesis has priority and things like that. It also gets U-turn, Taunt, Tailwind, Trick, so I can run like a Specs variant with Trick. It gets Magic Coat, it gets like dual screens, which is cool. Heal Bell, I actually don't think it gets a Reflect, so it might only be Light Screen. I'll look into that later. It does get Defogged and Calm Mind, so like a Calm Mind Draining Kiss variant would be really nice once like Fire types and Steel types are removed from the game. Yeah, just lots of cool things that this mon can do in general. It can be a really nice safeguard against mons like I'm trying to think, Mega Gallade, or I'm trying to think of some other fast fighting types. I'm just going blank right now. Min Xiao, Mega Lopunny, lots of other mons too. So yeah, I could run a few different sets with this thing, and I'm pretty excited to use it, and I hope I can get some good use out of it. To be honest, I haven't used it before whatsoever, but I've seen it used quite a bit. I've seen a lot of cool things pulled off with this thing, so hopefully I can do the same. And yeah, we can just move on to our next pick. Is our boy Blunder here, Thunderous Therian. I've yet to use this thing in draft, I do believe, but it has ridiculously high special attack. Really good offenses on both sides, to be honest. Decent speed at 101, I think 101. Outpaces base 100s, which is really nice. It has extremely powerful stab, Thunderbolt. Has the nice ability in Bolt Absorb, prevents Volt Switch spam, Thunderbolt spam, and whatnot. Gets Double Dance and Nasty Plot and Bulk Up and Agility, which is really nice, and has an insane move pool. But really, you only need Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice. And if you don't need Ice, and you have a fat ground type, then you can always run grass on it. For the bulky psychic or the bulky grass types, you can run sludge wave or sludge bomb. For dual for the dual toppings like grass and like Mega Venusaur, for example, you can run Psychic, which is, like I'm saying, this thing's got insane, very much insane coverage, and just the raw power to back it up. Like it's going to be a really good mon. I really think that. So yeah, we can move on to our next mon. Last but not least, here we have our boy Ditto, the Imposter. Our boy Savage here. Most likely a choice Scarf variant, whatnot. Pathetic stats, but Imposter. If you know what Imposter is, then I don't need to explain anything else. Now just go back over here and relook at all of my Pokemon stats. Base 145 special attack for Thunderous Therian, really nice. Base 100. I was going to mention its speed, but look at its natural Spadef. Kind of reminds me of Mega Gardevoir, or regular Gardevoir, I should say. Look at that attack stat and special defense stat. It's phenomenal. Really excited to use these mons. Charizard, base 130 in both attacks, base 100 speed. Basically, after Dragon Dance, you're basically base 150 speed, which is insane. I don't think it exactly rounds like that, but you get what I'm saying. Really solid defenses. Charizard's a monster. Manaphy, base 100 across the board, a monster. Crocodile, Bronzong, the synergy is there. The team is ready, and March Madness is here. Today is actually the set. Well, I'm recording this on the 1st, but this is going to go out at noon. It is noon when this was uploaded. By the time you finish this, it's a little bit after noon. But yeah, it's March 2nd now when this video goes up, and March Madness is here. So stay tuned for all of the battles for pool play today and bracket play this weekend. And yeah, give a big thunderbolt for the Rycougars, and a roar for the Rycougars. So yeah, check out. I think it's gonna be streamed on the Token Minorities or Crobat for the Win. One of those two are gonna be streaming this, the pool play and the bracket play. So keep an eye on that, and I'll have like all the links and whatnot in the description. And yeah, that's gonna be it, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching.